We have the Daily Sun saying something very, very important. We are not perceiving the way it's supposed to be. All right, fuel to sell at 234 naira per liter as subsidy. It's 120 billion naira monthly. Fuel to sell at 234 naira per liter as subsidy. It's 120 billion naira monthly. Federal government says it can no longer bear the burden. Targets 2,000 CNG filling stations in 6 months. To the top of the paper, Nigeria developing countries losing $1 trillion annually to illicit financial flow, says NEITI. Imo government has marked my house for demolition, says Okorocha's aide. Imo government has marked my house for demolition, says Okorocha's aide. And moving on to other stories on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper, Buhari 6 joint efforts to tackle rising threats to common existence. 30 Sokoto school girls hospitalized over strange sickness. 30 Sokoto school girls hospitalized over strange sickness. COVID-19, UAE bows to pressure, lifts suspension of flights from Nigeria to Dubai. And we have on insecurity, why insecurity is worsening, says the President Muhammadu Buhari. Tambuwa Masari Matawali seek European Union support to tackle challenge. And the last story we're reading out to your viewers, 2023 presidency, Igbo group charges PDP to respect zoning, says Southeast will reject candidates not from zone. All right, we have diverse reviewers at the news stand today. Let's quickly join one of them. How are you doing, sir? You're welcome. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, still bystanders. Well, we really appreciate you for coming on board today. Thank you. All right, still on the state of the nation, and we have price to be sold for that fuel to be sold for 234 naira per liter. That subsidy has hit about 120 billion naira. Now, how do you think this will go well with the citizens, with the adverse effects of the economy on us? You know, the way Nigerians have been striving to survive under this harsh economy. How do you think this will be possible for us to bear?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Kò tẹ̀ kí n wù mí kí n máa sọ òyìnbó. Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo
Now, you can use
ẹyẹ èyí tó jọ mí lójú ní orí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Torí tí ọba ṣe kí ọkọ máa wo, mo understand gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi sọ o, mo understand but tí ọba ní kí ọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí gbogbo àwọn kìíní, ó máa jẹ́ nǹkan tó yẹ pé ó tún máa jẹ́ kó bí 90 something naira bí kìíní. Everybody ló jáde síta ló condemn ẹ pé epo tí wọ́n jù kíní kan ṣe igbá kan ṣe kẹrẹkẹrẹ epo tó wà ní 90 something tá a rà nígbà yẹn per litre ó di 1 something kò sẹ́ni ọ̀kan tó tún sọ̀rọ̀ sí kẹrẹkẹrẹ ó di 160 170 nísìnyí báyìí sí ọ̀sẹ̀ kó ń lọ sí 234 naira àbí nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní 234 naira kò yà mí lẹ́nu rárá kò jọ mí lójú but èmi mọ̀ pé nàìjíríà yìí náà gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ń lọ sí end ó ti ń lọ síbi ìparí báyìí sí torí mi mọ̀ yẹn mo mọ̀ ẹ́ dájú ó ti nàìjíríà ti ń lọ síbi ìparí nítorí báà lè ṣe pẹ̀lú bí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe rí nìsín number one náà níná láti 1960 láti gbòmìnira ká má lè celebrate 1 month pé iná wà for good 1 month tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ mú lọ for 1 month àwọn neighboring country tó súnmọ́ wa bíi Chad, Niger, àwọn even Ghana, Benin ọ ní iná tó lè jẹ́ pé àwa fúnra là ń fún wọn níná gbogbo nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ní Nàìjíríà yìí epo la fi ń ṣe owó dẹ̀ ní bá a fi epo nínú generator tó máa fi power freezer kò sí bóyá fẹ́ jẹun epo ọ̀hún báyìí sí iná ni wọ́n máa tún fi ní wá lára àwádé lání àwa la ní oil àwa la lépo refinery wa ó kọ́ wà ń bẹ̀ for nothing ọ̀n rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí another refinery èèlò lọ́ọ́ ẹ̀bí tún ṣe èèlò lọ́ọ́ ẹ̀bí build mi ká tó wá sọ pé èyí tó ti build already tó tún fẹ́ tó kàn fẹ́ renovate ẹ̀mọ etí yẹn jẹ́ ní náírà ẹ̀mọ e billions ó jẹ́ so country yìí scam ni scam yahoo yahoo àwọn ìjọba wa gan ojú yahoo yahoo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀kẹ́ lọ ojú títí tàwọn tó ń tẹ̀kẹ́ lọ ọwọ́ sí gan àwọn náà dẹ̀ là tẹ̀lé but generation ti tàwọn ó ti lọ púpọ̀ nínú gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe olórin wa yìí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ òun ni wọ́n lọ wọ́n bá tún ṣe tán ní school wọ́n tún máa ríṣẹ́ bàbá wa wó lọ́wọ́ owó agriculture ló fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe international airport gbogbo kíní sípò gbogbo kíní wa yẹn owó agriculture ló fi ṣe kò sí owó oil nínú ẹ̀ ní ìsìn báyìí sí a ní all resources gbogbo resources ta ní náà still náà a ṣe wà ní bá ṣe wà yìí wọ́n pè wá ní giant of Africa a lè fira wé ordinary Benin Republic tó wà níbà yìí ààtò ní ìsìn báyìí sí owó wọn tó ń ná ní Benin ó ti ju owó wa lọ sẹ́fà ní ìsìn báyìí sí ìwọ tó bá fẹ́ lọ sí Benin lọ ra nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tó bá mú Nigeria money lọ síbẹ̀ inú wọn máa dùn láì sáré gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní ìsìn yóò máa ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ fún ẹ ní pé lọ síbi báyìí kó lọ ṣẹ́ owó yìí wàá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ ṣẹ́ owó yẹn wá fún wọn ní owó wọn ni wọ́n máa gbà because owó ti ní value ju owó wa lọ so kí wàá láǹpẹ̀rẹ̀ ní giant of Africa fún giant of ìkọ̀kan gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀mí rí bí orí ibu ni but orí ibu yẹn àwọn ò fẹ́ ṣe mọ́ tẹ́ bá wo ó ní ọkọ̀ tí mo rí lórí social media tí mo ṣe wá ronú sí tẹ́ bá wọn 10 naira tí 10 naira nínú sọ́yẹ̀ ṣe nínú 10 naira yẹn ó ní ibì kan tó kọ 1914 to 2014 sí tí kìíní yẹn ń jẹ́ ó yé wa yí pé Nigeria amalgamation ó máa expire ó ṣe ní 1914 ó dẹ̀ máa expire ní 2014 ayé 2014 ló ti call of restructuring restructuring still náà ní ìkọ̀kọ̀ tó fẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe sí ọkọ̀ fún restructuring wọ́n ní kó padà sí federalism kò sí ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n rí ṣe nínú ẹ̀ nísìnyí báyìí sí káwọn kan wá dìde pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ gbogbo kìíní ìtẹ́bà lè ṣe fún wa ó máa kúkú bẹ́tà ká lọ manage kan tá a bá ní fúnra wa kí ni Nàìjíríà ní tó fi ń gbádùn ara wọn gbogbo nǹkan tí Nàìjíríà rí pátápátá south west àti kíní ló ti rí kí lórúkọ state yìí tó ní oil yìí south ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹ̀mẹ̀rẹ̀ tí wọ́n generate ní Lagos state lásán ni ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá recently ni wọ́n ṣe rí ibi tí àwọn wèrè àwọn bá wá tó ti ń kó gold ní Ìbàdàn ọmọ amáìmẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní local kínní ọ̀dẹ̀ máa send ẹ̀ síta máa lọ tà ṣé gbogbo àwọn pípù ìyà ò jẹ wọ́n àwa nìyà ń jẹ mo ní àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n nílé tí wọ́n ti ṣe tán school tí wọ́n ti ríṣẹ́ èmi bí mo yẹ wà ń sìn mo ti bímọ ọmọ mi ó ń gba mo sọ 30,000 fowó school ẹ̀ lóṣù mẹ́ta gbogbo àwọn pípù ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ school ọ̀fẹ́ ni wọ́n lọ àwa báyìí sí yìí a máa lọ sí skul nísìnyí báyìí sí ẹ tó bá lọ sí skul tí ó bá kọ́ṣẹ́ kò sí bóyá fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀bí ẹ̀dá kò lè tó bá ti ṣe tó skul nísìnyí báyìí even àwọn òbí gbogbo òbí tó ti ní kíní ẹ̀ ní báyìí pé ọmọ mi tó bá ti ṣe tó skul ò lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ ṣé bóyá kó rí nìyẹn ò kọ́ṣẹ́ ò lè jẹun tí ò bá lè dúró lórí títì kó máa gba owó lọ mọ́tò tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dọ́mọ̀ ọ̀ta tàbí kó lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ kò sí bóyá máa jẹun èlò ló fẹ́ gbà lóṣù èlò ló fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ lóṣù tó bá fi bóyáwó bọ ọmọ ibẹ̀ náà ló ti máa rán ọmọ ní skul tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ máa ń blame àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó máa ń gba owó tó máa ń ṣe kínní ìgbà tí mo gbé yẹn tí wọ́n sọ fún wọn mo ní ó tó kọ́ jalè because Nigeria yìí kò encourage anybody rárá at all ó kàn ń discourage gbogbo wa ni and 2 years tó kù yìí ṣé 2 years tó kù yìí ṣé ó lè bọ̀ sí dáadáa ṣá ṣé rí èyí tá a ṣe ń lò lọ yìí kò sú ọ̀fẹ́ mi pé kó dùn ètò parí ìkọ̀ mi ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ lánàá mo wò kan lórí social media ẹni tí ó agitate fún freedom ẹ̀ tí kò gbé ìbọn dání kò gbá mọ́ tank kò ní bomb kò ní any kind of sophisticated weapon kankan lọ́wọ́ tó kàn sọ̀rọ̀ lórí mídíà pé òun fight àwọn èèyàn ti tòun Yorùbá sójà wọ́n fẹ́ kó wọn lọ thousands lọ sí ilé Sunday Igboho oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ti ṣe o tí wọ́n fún tọ́lọ́run fún wọn ṣe but wọ́n fẹ́ lọ lílọ lọ́dẹ̀ fẹ́ send àwọn èèyàn lọ́fẹ́ lọ pa wọ́n ni torí ó ṣòfin mi pé kò sí ẹni ọ̀kan nínú ọ̀ bá pé 10,000 ní dé ó ṣọ̀ fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀ bá pé 10,000 ní dé so mo máa sọ fún àwọn Nigerian soldier tẹ bá jẹ́ Yorùbá tàbí tẹ bá jẹ́ Yíbò tó pátá mo sọ ni tí DSS bá wà bí wọ́n máa gbé mi kọ́ wá gbé mi ebi ò sẹ́ẹ̀ mi ò kí ẹ̀ mo ti bímọ mi ò kọ́ àkùnrùn àwọn tó ti bímọ gan kú wọ́n bímọ lọ́jọ́ kan tó ń kú lọ́jọ́ kan so mi ò kú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. wọ́n sọ ipò máa ṣẹ́ mo ti bá sọ fún yín ni pé ebi bó ṣe wà inú báràkì mo ti ń ṣe o mi ò ṣe sójà wọ inú báràkì mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá rán ọmọ níṣẹ́ irú máa fi tọmọ jẹ ni o nítorí ní Nnamdi Kanu ṣe sọ fún yín pé gbogbo Yíbò tó bá wà nílé iṣẹ́ tó bá wà ní ọlọ́pàá Air Force Navy gbogbo wọn kọ́ resign ẹ̀yin Yorùbá the same thing náà lọ fún yín o tẹ bá wà nínú ológun tó lè rẹ̀ ràn yín pé kí wọ́n máa pa àwọn ọmọ ìyá yín èyí tẹ ṣe ní EndSARS kékeré nìyẹn o because èyí tẹ ṣe ní EndSARS yẹn àṣẹ ní tìlà kan wó yín rọ ni so ohun tí mo ní kí n sọ fún yín ní ìjọba nìkan dá yes ẹ ṣe gan.
All right, how are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Welcome once again.
Good morning, the man behind the camera.
All right, good morning. Sigos here.
Good morning, esteemed viewers. Mike, this one you are smiling and
All right.
you are looking so
Right, you're looking good.
so
too.
sweet.
You're looking good too. Thanks so much. Quickly to what we have here. It's an issue that is raising concern. The fuel price that is to hit, that is to sell at 234 naira per liter. It doesn't think that the government is creating problem with this action.
Yeah, that is an indication of leadership failure. When you come up with policies and you don't sensitize the people before embarking on such policies, while you know that such policies might have some adverse effects or direct effects on your citizens. So you don't consider the position of the citizens and you are not accountable to them. Why the increment? Why do you in dividends of democracy to the people? Or you want to serve the people? These things are not what is driving the crazy increment on this PMS. Which by the way, you cannot understand the amounts of money that we lost to outside the country by taking the crude oil down to other countries to refine. And just mind you, we have over 20 constituents of the crude. What you only bring back is just the petrol. You see? And probably the diesel. What happens to other 25 or thereabout components of this crude oil? You can see how criminal these people are. They have been robbing Nigeria to that extent. You think we are fools? It's unfortunate that Nigerian people are not responding to this madness on the part of the government. How could you be taking the people for granted? And those money you remitted in the course of this exporting is not accounted to the people. And there is nothing you can show for it, nothing on ground to show that we are the 6th largest producer of oil worldwide. Nothing to show. Come to our health system, there's nothing to show. You see? Come to our education system, nothing to show that we are the largest oil producer, the 6th largest oil producer in the world. You see, this is just an irony. Is it that we are, of course, it's not a surprise that the people manning the leadership position within this contraction called Nigeria remains the greatest enemy Nigeria will ever have. It's That is the mentality of an average black man. Why are you keep on increasing the hardship of the people, of your own citizen? You don't intend to alleviate the sufferings. Look at what I have just said. I just took a Mona because if I have to go to hospital, you see, even the time wasting, you see, will even frustrate you. You might go by 7 and you are not sure of leaving by 4 p.m. Is it the system we should desire? You see, it's quite unfortunate. Why the increment could account for that? You see, Lawan could not account for that, but Jamila could not account for that. You see, you can imagine see, this is not attainable in other developing countries. They have left us far behind, and in fact, we are not even moving. It is quite unfortunate, honestly, and you must see what is happening. Of course, was it yesterday? Okay, look, they have declared war against the West, the South. And I pray that the gullible governors we have, the gullible political elites we have, will understand the handwriting on the wall. You can understand that recently the government itself integrated the so-called repentant Boko Haram into the Nigerian military architecture. Boko Haram, who should be fired or who should end up end up in prison, we are reintegrated into Nigerian force. And now they have declared war not just against Nnamdi Kanu, not just against Igbohu, not against Dokubo. Who is Igbohu? Who is Nnamdi Kanu? Who is Dokubo? These are men from the south. You can see the North are now waging war against the south. So the governors and political elites should understand that they are coming against our youths, who should be the future and the hope of this southern region. They want to exterminate us by way of inciting, by way of using the instruments of the states. But indirectly they have declared war ahead of 2022, when you have the former CBN governor, deputy governor, said that they plan to unleash mayhem, to declare war by 2022. Ahead of that, they are planning in a way of exterminating the young, vibrant, energetic men from the south, so that it will be very easy for them to penetrate and destroy our mothers, rape them to death, and take over our ancestral home. So it behoves on everyone from the south, whether irrespective of where you come from, whether you come from the south, the west, to rise up to the occasion. Nigeria must surely collapse on this basis.
Thank you so much.
Very well, you go to hear the thing where I dey here now. Make una hear am well. Anybody wey dey there. If you like, you talk. If you no like, you no talk. You go still die. This life. Is it every day that Buhari and his government go dey increase fuel? 10 man that promised the whole Nigeria almost 15 naira fuel now times 10 of what they promised Nigeria. Is going. If Nigeria no dey again, let us stop deceiving ourselves. Let us just divide this country. Everybody go. You understand, Mr. Mike? He hooked me like this because everything for Nigeria is just like drama, that film trick. Because every day you hear Buhari say the Buhari, see, the president coming out to tell us that why insecurity is worsening in Nigeria, where is the president? You know, see, the Buhari is not fit to be a president. You understand? Because if he's fit to be a president, he will not be making such statements to the people. Say why security is worsening, but he's the commander-in-chief. Then he's just occupying the seat. That's why fellas say, my people say they fear too much. They fear to fight for freedom. They fear to fight for liberty. They don't want to fight because nobody won't die. And the people they kill every day is more than the people where the whole masses come outside. Say the thing happen, we will not like them again. How many soldiers go kill? Soldier, how many they be? He passed the home, only the youth, the soldier is not above them. You understand? We are more than all of them. Who are the government? Who are the legislators? That sometimes when they call those people honorable, it affects me. Who are the honorable? They are not worthy to be honored and they are not worthy to be that name. They should just call me. This is Mr. Senator. I be what to be named. I heard hear when people say when somebody win election, you go, they will call you honorable. That person is not doing anything. To any cause, the place that representing nothing is working there. All over the whole Nigeria. Let's divide the country. Oga, how do I? What will that thing take to divide Nigeria? Just simple instruction. Oga, we not one day alone again. You declare war or not that the southern are because North have nothing to lose. The oil they are using is from the south. The money that comes to their revenue is from the south. What did they have? The gold that Castina or be Sokoto or be where that Zamfara recover. It says for the north. But oil in the Niger Delta, I didn't blame them. I blame those our stupid elders we get in Niger Delta. You understand? They are all stupid and foolish because they allow somebody to come out from nowhere. We have never benefited anything from them. I will never benefit anything from the north, and they will come there. They have laid pipe under from South Niger Delta to the north. Now they have mind to challenge the people that are feeding them for how many years? When Nigeria come to existence, we never benefit anything from the north. What did they have? Everybody they chop beans. Me, I know they chop beans, they purge me. You understand? So what to equip the security to buy arms for them, come from the south. We have oil, we have everything. But when me go use my hand pursue them come out because they don't want to even cement anything heaven. Hellfire say go reject them. Hellfire, these are the people. And they tell you this earth, this Nigeria where they want turn to wedding and their papa bring them abi they no come meet them. Many of them meet and they meet this land, they meet this oil. God bless this Nigeria with all those things, but they take it to their because the people we have, our youth that be the politicians, they don't want to die. But every day they are killing them. You know how many ways they kill? They purposely kill them. They like cut away crash that day. It's only one is not that person that are there, so that they will not say it's conspiracy. They do it because everybody they say that helicopter have been what that private jet have been what for serving for 40-something years, and they give it to those young vibrant security agents to go and kill themselves. But for they die for nothing. And why the people who want to kill to die, they are still remaining in that office, stealing our property. Stealing won't belong to us, and every day people will wake up, you flat it with them, they will come, they cover space everywhere they sit down, they look, they no fit talk because nobody won't die. Why they fear this Buhari like everybody just they fear am? If they here they kill Nigeria now, we have no country respect us again like before. So Oga, I don't believe in Nigeria again, no. I only believe in Biafra, Oduduwa. If they come, we support everybody. In and they can live long. It's not the goal, we still love you. But anybody who want to fight for freedom, Nigeria is freedom, and everybody should go their way. Even if you don't feel fight, make you go their way.
You're welcome, Mr. Martin.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Welcome again. All right, still on the state of the nation. Before we move to the fuel increase, let's quickly talk about insecurity. The president yesterday cited unemployment in the rural area as one of the threats to security in the country. Do you perceive it that way?
I don't think he's correct. If that is his own way of understanding it, does it not behave on the government to provide job for people? Does it not behave on the government to create job? So if you have identified unemployment as a bane of this insecurity, then let him do the needful by creating an enabling environment for business to flourish by creating jobs. Then again, over the years, even the government at a point have blamed the insecurity on mass exodus of foreigners from neighboring African countries. At a point, they said because of some persons who were displaced from Libya, that they find themselves into Nigeria. That is what is giving us the level of insecurity. But whichever is the case, whether it's because of unemployment, whether it's because of people who came from neighboring countries, I think the government have the capacity to deal with it. Whether by way of creating jobs, whether by way of rising to education and providing security for life and property, it is up to them to do the needful and protect Nigerians.
All right, let's move down to another story here. Fuel to sell at 234 naira per litre. As subsidy hits 120 billion monthly. Don't you think this is a harsh policy?
From what I can understand, I think it was group managing that cost put together with handling costs is about 234 naira, whereas the government is currently selling at 162. By his own on the calculation that the government is paying average of between 100 and 120 billion as subsidy on a monthly basis. His argument looks logical, it looks reasonable. But what I would say is this: when the previous government was in government, this government, when they were in opposition, they never believed that there's any subsidy. That must explain the reason it took them for a very long time to come out to tell Nigerians that they are subsidizing the price of PMS, premium motor spirit. And at the point, they told us that it is under recovery. Whichever language they choose to use, the bottom line is that somebody is paying the differential. Now the argument is this: I don't think it's wise for them to stop paying that subsidy, because it will throw the economy into crisis. As at the time, the economy is already suffering multiple crises from COVID-19 and from impact of shutting the border. I don't think it's the best time for government to withdraw subsidy. I think what the government should rather do is to think of how to make our refineries to work. Is to think of how to build modern refineries. Is to think of how to make sure that we start refining what we consume. By the time we start refining what we consume, the issue of subsidy would have been removed. We are talking about subsidy because we are exporting crude and importing refinery build. We have said it severally on this platform that a modular refinery that can refine between 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 barrels per day, it will take average of 100 to 300 million US dollar to build. So they can think out with that. They can think of that instead of thinking of how to remove subsidy. Removal of subsidy from the body language of the group manager director of NNPC in the presence of Melekare, that is what they are looking at. He has said it bluntly that they cannot continue to shoulder their responsibility.
Was that the reason for the increase before?
To be quite honest with you, without being sentimental, if you have an increase in the international market in terms of price per barrel, it will reflect in our pump price here. Because the issue is this: as long as we are importing refined products, if you are selling a barrel of crude for $60 per barrel, and suddenly because of indices that play at that level, the thing jack up to $80 per barrel, it means the cost of refining put together have increased. So by the time you are bringing in here, the landing cost would have increased. That is the truth.
That's why we must produce our oil.
That is why we must refine what we consume. That is the only way to mitigate this incessant increase.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Good morning. Yeah, how you doing, man? These guys are just worrying me about ethnic issue here. Igbo, Yoruba, Igbo. I'm just tired of this set of people, man.
Aren't you tired of Nigeria?
I'm tired of Nigeria, but these are the components of Nigeria. But bigotry, tribal bigotry, ethnic bigotry is happening here.
I have my reason for asking that question. You've always said it.
I'm so tired now.
They are disturbing you.
I'm so tired because there's nothing to be happy about in this country. Every day I wake up as a sad man in this country. That's just the problem. That's the reality. You know, and we foresee all this thing coming.
Okay, there's another sad story here. I don't know if it's a good story to some people. Fuel to sell at 234 naira per litre. A subsidy is 120 billion monthly. Lucky said something sometimes ago. He said if care is not taken, fuel will be sold at the rate of 100 naira per litre. And here we are with 234 naira per litre. I don't think don't think it will plunge out into more crisis.
It's, you know, we foresee all this thing. I foresee all this thing. Like 3 weeks ago, I came down that the game these guys are playing, Nigerians are not really realize their game plan. You know, me and foresee, I said it here, that fuel is now, that time I said fuel was being sold for 200 and something, 250 or so, 260 naira per litre. And, you know, they just use that gimmicks to calm down our, you know, our temperature. That's like the subsidy. You know, the intention was to be selling this thing like 3 weeks ago to you know, embark on this policy of selling fuel at 260 or 250. You know, that was their plan 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. But they just say, oh, let us use this subsidy to pacify these people for a while. Then we come out with our joker. You know, if you know how government operates, they look at the people they are dealing with. When the tension is hot, you know, they calm the nerves down. And when they say that the nerves is calmed down already, they come out with a hard policy, killer policy they always have. And you now tell me, people on earth, you find them among our leaders in Nigeria. Why am I saying this? These four issues. You know, I've been emphasizing severally that this subsidy they are paying is a scam. Who are the people they are paying subsidy to? Who are the people they are giving our the moribund what's it called, refineries? Nigeria as a country of 200 million people has 4 refineries and none is working. Up to date now, none is working. It's not a shame because they turned that refinery to business center. And what I expected is all the subsidy they are paying from the Nigerians' Commonwealth money, they should subsidize their position, their salary. They should gather all their salary together to be used to pay subsidy. What might be allocation that is going to Buhari in a month, allocation that is going to all these governors in a month, they should put all this allocation together to be paying subsidies. It shouldn't be from Nigerians.
Their expenses.
Yeah, their expenses. Yeah, you know, they should gather everything together and use it to block all these loopholes in the fuel prices. Because I don't know, why do you want to suffer a poor man, a common man on the ground that he has nothing to benefit? Why is this country so wicked? I'm not here to talk about Yoruba. I'm not here to talk about Igbo. I'm here to talk about life. Because if you are not alive, you will not know you are an Igbo, you are a Yoruba, you are an Hausa. And the way I'm seeing things now, the youth, the power is in your hand now. We carried out NSAS. The NSAS can metamorphose into political parties. They are not the one voting. These guys are not the one. How many are they? The youth has the power to Aso Rock. We send Buhari down to Aso Rock to represent us. We send all the governors down to where they even think of. Why can't we use the advantage of NSAS now to form a party? When we form a party, we are like 60% of the population. We youths are like 60% of 50-point-something% of the population. When we form the party, then we hijack the power. Then anybody that wants, then we can be able to say we want to divide the regional, we want to go back to the regional system. It's only youth. Let me tell you, under these cabal people, to divide this country will be difficult. Let us first of all grab powers. We have the power to grab powers. We have the population to grab powers through elections. When we grab the powers, then we can now say, okay, we youth, let us arrange ourselves. We cannot continue this way. Eastern words, Western words, Northern words, go your way. That is even the Northern people, youths are ready to comply. If they are not ready to comply, remove them from the system.
All right, Kule. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you. Let's have you quickly before we go. All right, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yes.
Yeah, what's the take on this state of the nation? Well, increase.
You have the power, I have the power. We have known them to be their thief. So dubious. Before they came to power, they told us there is nothing like subsidy. There's nothing like subsidy, it's a scam. But when they came in, they saw subsidy. They now even saw it more than PDP. They now saw it so, and they have removed that subsidy more than 3 times now. They have removed it again. Now they're still about to remove it again. How many times will APC remove subsidy, for goodness sake?
And this is the same party that was against
PDP then. So, but the problem of Nigeria is that, hey, this APC, I don't know It's like they send they want to imprison us. When they say they will rule us for the next 32 years, they are not even ashamed. They are not even afraid to come out and tell us something like that. And some people, some ignorant in Nigeria, they don't know, they know nothing apart from I'm APCO. Now they say they do re-registration and re-fertilization. What do they do? Just of recent, almost all Nigerians registered. Some of them don't even know that it was a party's registration. They thought it was INEC registration. They started cajoling people, started placing banner up and down, and they started cajoling people. By the time they will come out and tell us the figure of people that register, you know that almost Nigeria register for their party. That is the truth of the matter. So I'm afraid, how long are we going to be governed? 30 whatever. They are telling us that it is 300 and across the board, God know where it is going. So by telling us across the border they are selling it 300 naira. But I know that there is one supreme God that is above everybody. It's above APC. It's above PDP. It's above everybody. It's above Abacha. And it's the one that we say enough is enough. The way these people, because I believe that they want to impoverish everybody, so that when everybody is poor, when there are so many poor people, it's going to be able to easy for them to control us. I think that's what they want to do.
Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much. And on this note, we say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us. The viewers and the reviewers, we really appreciate you. You can join us on our social media handles. You can join me on Facebook, Michael Temitayo Adekule, and on Instagram, Adekule Michael Temitayo. Thank you so much. Bye.